Alright, I did a video on TikTok and I titled it, I'm Part of the Tribe. Now, I hear people hollering about they give some school in Louisiana the right to segregate. People all up in arms about it. Now, I get it. You've been convinced to believe that what you're being told by them folks has been true. And I said in that video, I was born in 1964. But all this shit was going on. I grew up through it. Right? I grew up through it. You know, there was a day when all you had on the wall was the names of all the veterinarians in the area that would come and help you. There wasn't no carpet in the house, all to know you. And all them veterinarians' phone numbers was right beside that phone. Because at any minute somebody could be beating on your door and bleeding to death. You had to be able to get a hold of that veterinarian. Try to save whoever it was that was beating on your door. All to know you employed so you can clean all the blood up. That's the life of some of the shoulders that you stand on. Now, I've worked in the same fields as the shoulders that I stand on. I walk through the cemeteries of the shoulders that I stand on. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. So every day that I was out there in them fields, I knew who had been out there before me. And no matter how hot it was that day, or how thirsty I was, or how tired I was, there was no comparison. There was no comparison to the days that they spent out there in them fields. And I'm telling you people right now, I'm talking to the people who look like me. We're spiritual people. The spirit of our people is why we're here today. Not because of those people. We've endured those people. Why would you want those people teaching your child your history? We're a tribe. You can pick out whatever you want to call yourself. You pick it out. But if you can't walk over there in that group and be accepted, you part of the tribe. Now I said this. I grew up in the slave hub city, town. That shit didn't quit. That mentality didn't quit when all them little laws quit. All them little cultures quit. That dude that they picked, he was 30 years old when the Civil Rights Act was even introduced. You think that he don't want it to be like it used to be? You see the people that are up there? You can't be confused by the laws that they passed because they didn't abide by the laws. They want you to abide by it. That's your law, not their law. You will do whatever they tell you to do. You will be whatever they tell you to be. Look, the whole of this world, we own it. We come from the center of the earth. We are its heartbeat. If not for us, there's nothing, including them. The only power they have over you is in your mind. That's why that's why everybody wants to push us down, because of the power that we hold. That's why they try to divide us. I don't care what part of this world you came from. You were colonized by those people. You were brutalized by those people. We are woven all throughout that white superiority. And we do not owe them anything. Now, when they talk about rewriting the wrong, I guess that just depends on which side you're standing on, right? If you think because you had to have us in your school is rewriting the wrong, what should we use to rewrite your wrongs? We're a tribe. And it don't matter where you come from. And if you want to cry about a Civil Rights Act because you think because they wrote that shit on paper that you had civil rights, if you had civil rights, cops would be going to jail for killing people who look like me. If you had civil rights, you wouldn't see little old women getting zip tied by their wrists and hauled off to jail. If you had civil rights. See, I grew up knowing we didn't have civil rights. Because even after that Civil Rights Act was passed, I got my ass kicked by those same people. You know, for a little while. This is what I'm saying, people. You gotta lose that colonial mindset. It doesn't matter what they're standing over there telling you, as long as you're standing with your people. If you want to go think you're going to go out there and protest, who you protesting to? They already told you they don't want you in their group. They already told you where they expect you to be. Now, you want to go ahead and be that? Do you want to go ahead and do that? Or you want to join the tribe? Protect us. See, the last time we didn't have education. We weren't educated back then. We're doctors, we're lawyers, we're scholars. We don't need them. We didn't need them then. They were our cancer. When we was fighting for civil rights back then, we were just fighting for education and a place at the table. And they was never going to give us that place at the table. And they begrudgingly gave us the school. So they used that school to condition you to believe, along with your religion, that you was happy to be where you was at. And that they bestowed all of these things upon you. You have to understand, black people don't give a damn what the white books tell you. Everywhere white people went, there were already indigenous people. They could only be black or melanated at the very least. You look at how much shit they have to put on just to survive through the seasons. How much they have to change. And look how conditioned you become to be like them. They tell you what's civilized. What was civilized about what they did to get to where they at? And who'd they do it to? And why are we still here? Because of our spirit. The spirit of the shoulders that we stand on. The laps of the mothers that we've sat in. That they sat in too. Because their mothers was too weak. There's no loyalty in that group. They look for the easiest way out. That's why they attack in packs. So maybe somebody will make it home. Then go back and tell this grand story. Like their leader is now. That we, the strongest people on the fucking planet, would be asking him to protect us. That's containment. You see what they did to the Latinos and the Hispanics. The tongue is forked and it's thick. And it's surgical. If you can't see if you cannot understand that the person that they picked to be their leader is the slave owner of the past. He is destroying everybody and anything that can be in the way of the oligarch. You tell me what he's done. What's he giving anybody? White supremacy, and more white supremacy. For the past 10 years, we've been bombing Yemen. And Yemen just laid something down next to their little brother's place that they didn't think he could do. They done made it to where ain't nobody flying into that place. And now their leader wants to do a deal. He backing all his little ships out of the Red Sea. Yemen is the poorest, one of the poorest countries out of that whole group over there. And they just kept punching them in the face. They'd cover up while the U.S. do their little flurries. As soon as they back up to catch their breath, they drop some smoke on their ass. That's why he's backing out. See, that myth is over. Their power is over. They ain't talking about martial law. They ain't talking about all that shit. They ain't talking about all that shit. But you tell me, if they can't take care of some country way over there with them big aircraft carriers and all them jets, why are they trying to cut a deal? Why are they trying to cut a deal? Because big booms and bangs don't mean shit. Now, we're all over this country. We're not in one spot. And they will eliminate their own to get after us. Make no mistake about that. But they can't attack everywhere. And we're the people who run the cities. The tribe. And you gotta understand something. The poor whites need to get traveled up if they don't want to get ate up. The Hispanics, the Latinos, all y'all need to suit up, boot up, group up. Get your factions together. And all us Africans, we need to do the same. We know this terrain, all of us, every one of us. Some of us know more about the infrastructure in the cities. Some of us know more about the medical facilities. Some of us know more about the armories. We can all play roles. And we can stay in our own groups. We got one common enemy. Now I'm part of my tribe. I ain't gonna bullshit you none about that. I grew up in a white world and I got a lot of white associates. But when it comes down to fighting for my tribe, I'll fight alone. I'm not bringing anybody with me into the tribe. And you shouldn't either. You see, they're trying to detach you from what they've done with what they're threatening to do. So when they're saying rewrite the wrong, I think that's what we should do. Because now we're educated. We're smarter. We're stronger. We just back on up and we build our shit. Because they'll stay divided. Because they all desire power. They'll call each other out. And we'll take each city in our tribes and we'll build our nations. This shit is regional. It's a regional war. Full of deceit, espionage. Look, everything you've seen them do in other countries is what they're trying to do right here in this one. And all the people who look like me, and all the people who've endured the shit that we've endured for the years that we've been on this property, we need to make sure they stay connected to the past. Because that's the only thing that's going to get us through the future. We know these people like the back of our fucking hands. So the rest of you who think that you can be a part of that group, don't be foolish. Because you'll never be. You live in a world of white supremacy, not friendship. They don't appreciate competition. That's why they hate China. That's why they hate you. You make learning look too easy. You make adapting look too easy. Because you're the stewards of the land. You're one with nature. They put all this concrete and pavement down to keep you from getting in the dirt, to finding your roots. I'm telling you. Just like Johnny Appleseed, anywhere that you know that's unattended, that hasn't been sprayed down, you run and you throw seeds. I don't care what kind of seeds. Throw every kind of seed you can find. Find all the medicinal plants. I'm going to continue to say this. This shit is here. It's here. It's not no, it's coming. We're the teachers. We want to talk about culture. Let's talk about culture for a minute. Everybody wants to say that ain't your culture. That ain't your culture. This is our culture. We're building our culture right now. This is the new culture. There ain't no, look, we all got all that shit running through us. We got they shit running through us. I don't give a damn where you came from. We all mixed up. But that ain't what they go by. If you're melanated, you're the enemy to them people. If they can tell you got melanin in your ancestry, you are an enemy to them people. And I can promise you right now, if you Italian, if you got any kind of olive skin in there, you're going to find out you ain't white no more. You're going to get excommunicated. You got to have to be damn near translucent to stay in that group. Especially women. You'll be breeders. This is real, folks. Same movie. Always keep your head on a swivel. If you're around them people, behind every smile is gritted teeth, clenched, with a desire to do something to you. You have to understand that. It's in their nature. Every job you've been on, every job you walked in, you didn't get welcomed, open arms, trusted in what you thought. And if you stay in that, oh, that's just the way it is, you go on over there and you clean their floors, their toilets, you raise their children. For the people who are ready to be a tribe, who are ready to realize that they are not a part of that group, get your traditions, get your tongue, hold on to it and have your conversations. And if you go to have conversations with anybody else, don't take a phone, take a walk. You know what I'm saying? Because they're listening. And that's why I talk the way I talk. Because I want them to hear it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'll give what it takes for my tribe. No price too big. Remember who you are. You're a part of the tribe. Now live like it. Just a little quiet elevation. Let's elevate.